Welcome to Soldier's Legacy, where courage isn't just remembered, it's reborn. Imagine a woman walking into a room full of Navy SEALs, battle-hardened men who had faced storms, wars, and death itself. Yet she carried something none of them did: silence, confidence, and a quiet power that made even the toughest soldiers exchange nervous smirks. They didn't know her name, her story, or the truth, that when she touched a rifle, the whole range went silent. They laughed when she asked for a rifle, laughed loud enough for their general to hear. But that laughter would vanish the moment her finger squeezed the trigger, and the word Black Talon echoed across the base, freezing every man in disbelief. She wasn't just another sniper. She was the sniper every enemy feared but never saw. And what happened next would rewrite the legend of the SEALs forever. It was a hot, dusty morning at Camp Caldwell, a secret Navy SEAL training base buried deep in the Californian desert. The men had just finished endurance drills when a black Humvee rolled through the gates. They expected a commander or an inspector. But what stepped out was a woman. Desert camo, combat boots, cap pulled low, eyes cold as ice. She looked at them like she already knew their weaknesses. "Who's that?" someone whispered. "Probably an assistant," another joked. But when the SEAL general came out to greet her, the laughter died. "Gentlemen," he said, "this is Lieutenant Commander Alexandre Miles. She'll be joining today's long-range marksmanship evaluation." Silence. No one had ever seen a woman in SEAL training, much less one introduced by the general himself. Alex just smiled. "I'll try not to embarrass anyone," she said quietly, setting down a worn sniper case older than half the team. The men chuckled. "That antique belongs in a museum," one said. Alex's eyes locked onto his. "This rifle," she said softly, "has ended more wars than you've started." When the test began, each SEAL fired at a 1,200-meter target. Solid hits, decent grouping. Then Alex lay down, adjusted her scope, and waited. The desert wind howled. The instructors grew impatient. Then, crack. Dead center. Crack. The second round split the first. Crack. The third passed through both. Silence. Harris, one of the cockiest snipers on the team, muttered, "What the hell?" Alex didn't smile. "That's how I warm up," she said. Before anyone could speak, the base alarms blared, an emergency call. A covert SEAL squad had gone dark in the Syrian mountains. They needed an extraction sniper, someone who could hit from over 2 miles. Every man turned to the general. He didn't speak. He just looked at Alex. Her hand rested on the rifle marked with a Black Talon. That night, a helicopter thundered across the Middle Eastern sky. Inside, Alex sat between Harris and Dale, the same men who mocked her. Now, they watched her in silence. Harris finally asked, "Where'd you learn to shoot like that?" She didn't look up. "Let's just say I trained where every miss meant someone died." Minutes later, the chopper took fire. "We're hit," the pilot yelled. Smoke filled the cabin. "Everyone jump," Reeves ordered. They parachuted into chaos. The ground exploded below. Dale was wounded. Communication was dead. "We're blind," Harris said. Alex pulled a compact scanner from her bag. "We're not blind," she said. "They are." She scanned the terrain, marking the enemy stronghold. 2 on the roof, 1 sniper at 1.8 miles. Harris scoffed. "No one hits that." Alex unfolded the bipod. "Not for Black Talon." She steadied her breath. Crack. 1 heartbeat later, the enemy sniper fell. "1 bullet," she said. 1 ghost. Within minutes, she cleared the ridge. The missing squad was alive. Extraction confirmed. On comms, General. Reeves's voice broke the static. "Black Talon, target secured." Harris stared at her. "He called you Black Talon." She smiled faintly. "That's not a call sign. It's a history." Back at Camp Caldwell, no one could stop talking. "She hit a moving target from 2 miles in crosswind," Dale whispered. Harris, unable to sleep, broke into the general's archive. What he found turned his veins cold: a file on a Black Ops sniper unit called Raven Watch, said to have only one shooter, Black Talon. Declared Kia years ago after saving an entire convoy by eliminating 42 hostiles in 10 minutes. Her body was never found. "She's a ghost," Harris whispered. That night, Alex stood alone on the range under the moonlight, her rifle resting on her knee. She hadn't come back for medals or recognition. She came back for redemption, for the soldiers who died because others missed their shots. At dawn, the SEALs gathered for debrief. You owe your lives, said Reeves, to someone who was never supposed to exist. Harris asked, why come back? Alex looked down. Because legends fade, she said. Soldiers die. I couldn't let that happen again. Before anyone could breathe, the alarm screamed again. The base was under cyber attack. Drones and trucks were closing in. They're coming for me, Alex said. Reeves nodded. Then we end this here. The night erupted with gunfire and explosions. Alex climbed the watchtower, setting up her rifle for her last stand. Tracer rounds tore the sky as the convoy charged. One shot. Boom. Lead truck gone. Another. Boom. Second destroyed. She fired with deadly calm. Harris yelled, there's too many. Alex reloaded. We're not dying today, she said. Not while I still breathe. A drone locked onto her. Missile inbound. She dove as the tower exploded behind her. Smoke filled the air. When it cleared, she was still standing, limping, steady, unstoppable. She aimed one final time at the enemy commander behind armored glass. Wind howled. She exhaled. Crack. Silence. The convoy froze. Then surrendered. The base held. Alex collapsed beside her rifle, bleeding but alive. Harris knelt beside her. You did it. She smiled weakly. No, she whispered. We did. Reeves crouched down beside her. Black Talon, he said quietly, welcome home. Weeks later, she vanished. No record, no goodbye. But stories spread, of a woman at firing ranges who could split a coin at 2 miles, who trained young soldiers not with words but with silence. In the SEAL Hall of Honor, her rifle still rests, engraved with the words, for those who never missed when it mattered most. And if one day, you're at a shooting range and hear a calm voice say, when's your friend, don't laugh. Because she might just be the Black Talon, the ghost sniper who silenced legends. This is Soldier's Legacy, where every story honors those who never miss when courage matters most. Would you like me to now make 3 cinematic image prompts for this Soldier's Legacy version? Entry scene, rescue mission, final battle.